Welcome back to some professional Starcraft 2 from the ESL Pro Tour Open Cup Korea. Number 66. The playoffs featuring two players you should know and you probably love. Or else have some weird... like, you gotta have a rival, alright? It's very important. Like and subscribe if you like hating on players for no discernible reason, Twitch chat. 20 seconds. Right up there. But let me introduce in the top right. In the top right. The shield. Jimmy, we have a thing. This is off to a great start. The Shield of Fire. From Africa SC2, the Korean stream team. As well as, of course, top tier player. It's Stats. And in the bottom left, the Mexican sensation, playing in Code S as well. Good friends with TY, sharing strategies and so much more. Asterisk. From MechDonald Special. We don't have a card for him because we couldn't make one special enough. I don't think. We'll work on it. Post your suggestions. So, TVP has evolved somewhat. And we're on Beckett Industries of the new map pool. A very, very intimate rush distance. And by that I mean, like, you walk a few steps out of your base, you go through a speed zone, and you're right at their third. Like, it is, on paper, it doesn't look that small. Actually, it does kind of. You can kind of tell by the size of the minerals on the minimap. And by the way, for those that don't know, the minimap is located here in the bottom left. Alongside the name of the map, the time, and the score, as well as what the series is out of. And if you didn't know that, and you just learned something, you probably didn't know that like button is still unchecked. Or whatever you do, you smashed with it. So, I mean, how convenient is that? Meanwhile, Reaper gets in. I was saying TVP evolved. Yeah, you get a cyber core now. Essentially, the big change is getting a cyber core before Nexus most of the time. And here, it's essentially to make sure that Reaper, well, one, the Reaper doesn't do real damage, but here comes Special doing some damage. Potential. He's playing ring around the Nexus with the Adept. And two, you can potentially pressure the Terran early. Getting that cyber core 10 seconds earlier can be the difference between delaying a command center and getting stuffed at a bunker. Stats not choosing. Stats not well known. You don't get a nickname called the Shield of Fire because of your aggressive cheeses. That's not really how it goes. Nicknames aren't that ridiculous. In fact, it's a little uninspired, but it does sound very cool. In terms of nicknames, I gotta say, Stats is, like, the Shield of Fire is definitely Code S. Oh no, the little Reaper ledge. Barely enough wow, okay, the tag team duo, 2 Adepts. And just seeing 2 Adepts, Special probably thinks this is a Stargate. Because rarely do you make a second Adept if you're not going Stargate. Special's making a Cyclone, which isn't going to be super useful against Blink Stalkers, as after, well, I mean, like, Cyclones in general are good defense, but I think if he knew this was Blink Stalkers, we'd either be seeing a tank, or maybe Widow Mines as an option to do some sort of counter drop. So right now I think Special is working under the assumption that it could be a Stargate, especially just hanging out in the main. Of course, you do that with Blink as well. Stats is not doing it all in. He's got 2 Gate Blink, adding on a Warp Prism, but also a 3rd, because of course. Like, this is about, a shield battery potential? Not actually. That's obviously not a super pylon. That might be just scout. That's a scouting pylon, maybe? On top of potentially being for a shield battery out of position of tanks. Interesting. But the best defense, even when you're the Shield of Fire, is still a good offense. And a good offense usually consists of units that are highly mobile, but also potentially damaging. And Blink Stalkers fit that whole bill. Even having a half dozen of them gives you options. The adepts could be used to draw attention forces or just exploit a lack of units in a certain position. And warping in a couple more stalkers. Special, wise to the occasion, but blunking in. Decisive when he needs to be. Ghetto blinking back with the prism. Oh, the Raven itself in danger. Not able to find the hits. Juggling back the adept. The Cyclone in danger. Yeah, you're not going to get that. Even, remember, behind this, he's building probe. Stats is building probe. Oh, whoa, big blink! Blunks in and gets the clone. Picking off a few more SCVs. A lot of those stalkers badly bruised, but their shields will come back. Templar Archives rush behind it. An interesting call. I wonder if that's actually for... Wow, Stats is adding 4 gases. And another thing I love about Stats, he doesn't just build all his tech on the edge of his main. So sure, there's a forge here, but it's not, like, immediately going to get dropped and killed. He's got his Templar Archives at his 3rd, because let's be honest, if he loses his 3rd, then it's probably already like, a Templar Archives is less important than the 3rd, though not by much. Defending both at the same time, I still get annoyed at the amount of people who build tech in their main and then 2 medevacs just chop their tech tree almost entirely down. So shout out to Stats for leading the charge on that, as he usually does. And speaking of, that wasn't even intentional. Charge is on the way, which I'm sure was intentional by Stats. As he fills in his unit count, realizes that the makings of a tank push are coming together. And Special right now does not have a 3rd command center yet. Okay, yet. I'll pull back a bit on that one. Yet he does have that many racks. If the Storm is fully operational when his armies arrive, Special is very likely going to pull the voice, which is very good against someone who just follows up with a bunch of charge lots. The charge lots go into the SCVs who are called into battle, as they have been for many years, whether they like it or not. But with Storm done, the amount of SCV murder, now comes the question, does he pull the boys? The scan, oh no, seeing those Templar. Oh, what do you do if you're Special? Pray that Storm's not done, maybe? He's salvaging the bunker. Now's the moment. If he's going to pull the boys, it's now. It looks like they're staying at home. Maybe a little too comfortable. Medevac drop, shut down. Stalkers already there to block. Stats knows what's coming. Storm is already done. Feedback available for the Raven. Stats is fully prepared for this attack. Special, full energy Raven. Be careful! Oh, he gets an anti-armor missile, Dorito dusting, a not insignificant amount of zealots. Oh, the tanks in a good spot. You gotta be careful. Those Templar in the Storm Prism, dropping it down on top of the tanks. Not finding great connections on the Storms yet. Juanito microing back. Meanwhile, the Warp Prism could be targeted. Zealots warping in. He doesn't get it by the warping, but actually that might cost him the charge lots. It's unclear. +1 for both sides. One Archon adds a lot to this fight. And a surprisingly even exchange, though it could tilt heavily either way. That Adept coming in, is that a Selecto Army hotkey out of Stats? The Speedula's gonna make the fight even more dramatic as the men with drugs and guns continue to stutter step back. The dance masters they never knew they were. Is there enough energy? Stats calls more Templar, and during this he slapped on a 4th base and started +2/+1. Special, as is customary, adding on a 3rd, just in case this game doesn't end with that attack, and indeed it doesn't. The Raven is sniped. The boys were out to repair, but hey, while you're here, beautiful storms in the front lines. The Liberator may be looking for a siege, it's unclear. Great micro, the boys just kind of sitting by. Go home. Go home. Go home. Anyways, that's a lot of charge lots warping in. The boys not sure what they're gonna do. Oh, the storms. And he just always had another Templar. That horror movie finally ends, but the storms never stopped. Special was banking on Stats exhausting his Templar, but Stats always had 1 or 2 more in reserve. And that means that we're going into game 2 with special down a match. He did better with those fights than I thought. I really thought the first attack was going to get smashed, but Special handled it really well. The storms were managed, and but he just couldn't turn it. He wasn't routed. It was a tactical withdrawal, but there wasn't that much to withdraw to. So, at the end of the day, Stats is going to go up on a 0. Not an unsurprising lead. I think Stats still considered. Wait, doesn't this map have the secondary? This one has a back door. All right, you're like, oh, the Reaper could jump there, but also here with its little Reaper closet room for like. You've got your employee entrance and then your main entrance. Also, we're on 2,000 atmospheres, which both of these are far under the ocean, near the abyssal reef. A Macarex. Hiding that Rax and trying to get Stats to overreact is the intent. Will Stats figure this out immediately, and will it matter? There was a time, not long ago, just a couple years, when it was considered a move of weak Terrans to build in the main. That's no longer as true, since Cyclones don't just have their Gatling guns of destruction. Now we'll see. Stats will come in. Sees 1 gas. Sees 2. Alright. He's going to make sure to scour the main. He's looking. He knows what the options are. There's still 2 gas. Oh. So he doesn't see the Rax, but if he was watching closely, I don't know if he was. He did see the SCV, I think. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure he knows. He saw the SCV come back, which, that SCV, like, where were you going? Step SCV. It's like, oh, playing hard to get, I see. But the point is that he did see. And that means Stats not overreacting. Still got his Nexus. Building up. He blocks. No, he'll block the employee entrance as well. The probe still getting up in there. I mean, it's going to see everything. 1 SCV, going to bodyguard. There's not even... Well, there's no shield battery. Not that he needs it. Just Chrono Boost out the Adept. Going to be a Twilight. Probably, I mean, if it ain't broke. Oh. Bro, get out, get out, get out! Oh, no. Oh! What a save! A cinematic experience there. The great getaway of the probe goes back home and its service appreciated. Stats, no probe left behind. But that probe's still in danger. Just back at home. As 2 Reapers and a Hellion body blocking. The grenade, no, I don't know if that's helping, but gets into the main. The Reaper, well, the scouting probe will be safe, but gets 2 probes. I mean, you saw the Twilight, and he killed 2 probes. Those are my thoughts on the matter. But Widowmine drop, well, we've seen this before. And this is definitely a more dangerous counter option to the Blink Stalkers. Not because it kills Blink Stalkers, but because the Stalkers want to be out on the map. And if they're out of position, or they're tied back to the base, that means they're not up in your face. And that's always a good thing. So this is definitely scouting. Stats is shoring up all the locations. One, that he might need shield batteries, but watch this. There you go. The pylon just sees it, so, there. Putting up the visual and literal shields. And yeah, the scouting pylon Saw the medevac. Special trying to sneak in between the third. He actually angled the medevac so it could spot the third if it was building without being spotted by the third. But Stats, one step and one pylon ahead. So now that medevac is currently in timeout near the not-so-space shark, just a regular shark. And now we're playing Subnautica, which is a horror game and nobody will ever tell me differently. Maybe someday we will go down that dark and stormy road of darkness and sadness and stress. But not this day. Most days I feel like the Widowmines and the medevac and not the Stalkers, to be honest. But another oh, Raven. Nope. Denied. Meanwhile, yeah, Stats just boxing out Special at every turn. Special can't get anything. Ever since those Reapers got in, everything else been shut down. There's... And Stats says, you know what? I like that build. Templar Archives, Forge, Charge, adding on more gas. Does Special switch anything up? He's only got 3 racks. Is he going to add more on, or is he going to do an earlier push? A single medevac on the way. He's building as much up as he can, but I think trying to hit Stats at an earlier time before his tech comes together, before 6 more gateways. Wow. 7, I'm sorry. Wait, was he on 1 gate? No, he's going up to 10 gates. Stats with 60 probes finding that next level. Like, usually at 50 probes you go up to 8, 60 probes 10. Seems to be the trend. Can probably take that one to the mineral bank when looking to take out enough minerals for the gates. My Protoss friends. But here comes Special, moving out as quick as possible. Gonna have only a couple medevacs, 2 more in production. 1 medevac, yeah. Building the placeholder third that at some point, and this time he's getting his third before he goes for, oh, the medevac drop! A Widowmine! Okay. Oh. Well, that doesn't do much, but here comes an auto turret. A bit of a Scooby-Doo level back and forth here. Finding some kills. Probes ascend to the heavens. Meanwhile, the stim. Oh, the storm! Devastating, but is there another one? Does it matter? That's a lot of charged lots. The storm softening everything up. The Templar trying to close the distance. Special getting a surprising amount of damage. But Stats just pulled a storm out of his back pocket and lambasted the Marines. Marauder's not liking it either, to be honest, but they liked it more. They're a little weird like that. And not a total failure there on that attack, but definitely not as much as Special could get ideally. The feedbacks, 0 out of 5 on Yelp, and also an Archon immediately. And this is still going to be... Yeah, you got to get out. Oh, picks up the Marine. Well, be careful with those things. Oh, be careful with those things! Oh my god! A Raven was coming in, trying to get some damage done. Well, fuck you in particular, Mr. Pro. No 4th base for you for 12 seconds, Stats. A second robo as well as a robotics bay as Stats works his way up the tech tree at exactly the pace he means to. The Raven made it home. Ravens just have so much potential. They're hard to realize that potential with. Actually repairing medevacs, bravo, bravo. A rarity even at this level. It's becoming more common. People have found the spare dozen, like 3 APM to repair medevacs. Ah! This probe won't be saved either. Stats without a huge probe count right now. So we can't, like, he's going double robo, potentially Colossi. He's getting a Dark Shrine, Ruptor. He's getting a very technical army he's putting together. A lot of pieces of this puzzle. Still a lot of charge lots in the mix, though. He's going Ruptor, Storm, DT Blink. You're a wizard, Stats. Oh my god, what if I just forget that happened? Just edit these 5 seconds out, Jimmy. Alright. No, we don't do it live. It's all heavily edited. Otherwise, how could I talk this long? Don't be ridiculous. Like and subscribe. Scan! Stats just obligingly walks into it. I mean, that's a lot of defense. Stats might just go for the third. Or Special might just go for the third here. Oh, the Prism itself. Vulnerable interference matrix locks the Templar inside. Storm hits only Zealots. The traitors. The Vikings looking for the Prism. The shield battery's keeping it intact, but the fact that the Prism wasn't able to be part of this fight, and now the Ghosts are getting involved. Enhanced shockwaves are done. The Storms. Oh, the pre-MPs looking for more. The Disruptors wandering into the fight. Not going to get a shot off. Another Storm. Devastating. Knocks them out of back out. Stalkers blink into the fray. Oh, dropping out to stop the inevitable follow-up blink, but reinforcements are on the way. No more splash damage coming out. The upgrades are even here, but Special getting knocked back again. Stats still finding the Storms, and Stats pulling it off. And that puts him on match point as we go into these semifinals. Special getting stormed to bits and pieces. I do love watching units die on that map and in general. But specifically, like, how did it take us so long to get back to no, not that. To get back to maps with the floaty reverse gravityness. Abyssal Reef. I'm pretty sure Abyssal Reef stayed in the pool for like about 3 seasons longer than it deserved to. Only because of the amount of cinematic things floating into the air shots. So we'll see how long 2,000 atmospheres makes it. What do you do? Oh, Stats immediately scouting for proxy rags. Uh-huh. I mean, I would be suspicious too. Terran down 2-0 in pretty decisive games. Yeah. Yeah. But Special surprisingly building a Rax in his main. The probe wandering out is gonna see probably the least expected thing, which is the expected build for a Terran against Protoss. Barracks, factory, starport, expansion. Special hasn't really tried any 3cc builds. He's been trying to find a timing, like, it really does feel, it's essentially like climbing a hill. Where, no, that's not, I'm not going with climbing a hill. It's like it's like baking a pizza. Is that what you do with pizzas? You bake them? Don't ask Special about what he does with pizzas. You're going to trigger Rainer with that. I think he puts ketchup to start, and then we work from there. Anyways, now I'm just hungry. What was I talking about? You try to cut down the Protoss as much as possible, so that way by the time you come with your actual army, then it's a manageable size. But if you don't whittle down the probe count and you commit, say like a Widowmine drop or a Raven, something like that, if you commit that and you don't find the probe kills, it makes it even harder for the follow-up attack to do damage. Why do I see 2 SCV? You didn't go Reaper. Which... Oh, the Marines trying to hold the line. Stats? Is he... The probe actually adds... Wait, I don't... What am I watching? Okay. Oh! Oh, wow. The bait. The probe getting out. Why is there... Okay, there's a... Is that a... What? Okay. That's a hidden starport Which, I guess that makes it quicker to get the... Are you hiding the starport? But he's gonna, like, push him into it. I don't even know if this does anything. It's like, well, I want to... Oh, okay, so great micro means he'll kill. Technically, you'll get the medevac there a little quicker. Practically... Okay, special. Okay. Stats is in... Like, Stats actually... Wait, what? Hey! Yo! You gotta have unit... Like, he just doesn't have any. One Hellion's just up in here. Like, oh my god, is this for me? Yes! There's not a single shield battery or unit! What is going on? And then... Oh my god. Okay, and it continues. Now there's more! He's killing so many probes! Not as many as I thought he would, though, with there being 0 units. I mean, 9 probes is a lot of probes. What's going on? I don't... Stats... He just drove, like... You knew there was a Hellion. What's happening? The SCV dies, the medevac drop. It's gonna be one of those games. I see. Okay. It's one of those games. Special has a lot of these games. And if you're like, what does that mean? Well, just sit back, relax, and it's hard to relax. There's not very much relaxing. Like, there will not be much relaxing. Okay, he's targeting one stalker, and then it's like, well, that's enough stalkers. The probes are out to fight. That's lost so many probes, but Special all lost all of his units in that attack. Blink is done. So, that's an issue. There's a warp prism. But Stats is down 14 workers, so we gotta get some damage done. There's 5 stalkers, now 8, and now 9. I'm very good at counting. Okay. Just one bunker, but the tank is gonna change, and the SCVs are pulled. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that. Blinks back with the prism after blinking in with the blink. Alright. And then in the main, there's also a bunker. Don't, does he do that? Wait, no, turn around. Okay. Just go to the edge. Can you blink in? I don't think you can blink in from there. That SCV. Yeah, you know it. Special knows he's gonna... Oh, okay, well. Sorry, Billy. Not today. Oh, blinks in, but into tank range. There's still the prism. A Viking on the way. This help. Oh, be careful with that thing. Oh my god. You can't, like, at some point, very soon, you should probably consider recalling that. If you'll recall a probe, you should recall a warp prism. I don't know if a recall will be quick enough if a Viking starts hitting it. Like, he needs to recall that. Like, did he see the Viking? Oh my. We're gonna find out. A couple Marines, we'll soften it up. Wait, the Viking? How is an air unit this slow? The boosted Marines and the medevac. Oh, they don't target fire. Oh, but there's some stalkers. Oh, well, somehow Stats managed to bait Special out of his base with his barely intact prism, and the prism lives. And also Special loses a medevac and some Marines. So some masterful baits there by our Korean Protoss. And also now we're going DTs, which is not gonna work. I mean, right? Well, maybe. He kind of just made a Dark Shrine, which, when you're in this precarious position, is not a bad choice. Oh, he's going... Oh, wow. Yeah. This is a commitment here. Well, unless it's a bigger commitment if he just flies into a Viking, which would be bad. Oh, no, the Viking! Oh, come on! Come on with this. Oh, my God. Oh, the Viking is here, and now the Viking gets killed by the... Special! It's like a horror movie. It's like, come on out, kill our observer. Don't go out there. Don't go out one at a time. Have you learned nothing? What are you doing? After the medevac, like, I don't... Stats is using... He's really grinding out the map control here. And uh-oh. Now that means the Viking was killed. Oh, the worst feeling in one of the worst feelings. There's a lot of bad feelings in StarCraft, like pressing the play button. Am I right? But this is one of them once you get past that point. With DTs showing up right after you scan the other side of the map. Oh. He gets the prism. The DT's still slicing and dicing. Oh, gonna need another scan. We're not gonna need a bigger scan. Oh, he knows where they are. There's no scan. Okay. So Special has spent a lot of time dealing with Stats' shenanigans. He finally killed the prism, the main offender of all this. Behind this, though, Stats has essentially recovered from all the early damage. He's gotten a 4th. He's got charge done. He's getting +1. Special still maintains the 1-1, which is an advantage. So he does have a good chance to get damage done. What's happening here? Hello, everyone! Welcome to the battle! I'm glad you could join us. We're fighting now. Stats loses this. Yep. Stats was actually got the short end of that bargain. Good force fields, but the 1-1 versus 0-0, those are gateway units. Okay? They're intentionally bad, so that way we eventually get to the good ones. But the 4 Zealots doing any counter damage is a huge deal. Killing 12 SC, 13 SCV, shield battery overcharge, keeping even gateway units intact. 13 SCVs died to the precisely timed Zealot counterattack. Disruptors are on the way, and once again, Special goes from having a deadly timing to just barely not enough. Forced to back off. I don't think he spotted the disruptor. He just didn't have the army to continue against the waves of charge lance. And all the economic advantage has evaporated. Stats has a 4th. He's got splash damage. He's now getting upgrades. His gateway count is at 10, and he has soon the probe count to support it. Special does, for the first time, have a third base while being in a relatively comfortable position to defend it. That is the first time this series that's been essentially true. Wow, look at Stats' vision. Yeah, I'll draw your attention again to the minimap. He sees almost the whole line. But there is one gap. I think he spotted the Zealot. Special did, with the slightly more air vision. Stats will be sure to shore that up afterwards. But will this Widow Mine drop get what it needs? Dropping 1 mine, maybe taking his sweet time. Yeah, Stats had plenty of time to react to that one. The medevac. Here come the Stalkers. They want a piece, but this is buying time for the army that's moving out. He blinks in. The Disruptors follow. A little bit of not quite select all army, but close. Bringing the whole army back, which gives up much of the map to Special. But oh my god, Stats' vision is ridiculous. Stats put a lot of work into these map hacks. But he has vision of almost every. He's got backup observers over here. Like 6 probes go down to the Widow Mine that was forgotten about. Oh, Disruptor shot slides in from the right side, finds a few Marauders. Another one targeted. Another one dodge. And Special somehow gets through all the Ruptor cooldowns. I don't know if he realized. He's got +2 on the way. Shadow Strike, DT Blink, is completed. Meanwhile, Widow Mine drops in the main. 1 taken out, another one needs to be dealt with. The armory is done, which means it remains cloaked. Okay, this is a little bit... Now, this is just bureaucratic oversight on these observers. Like, at first, it looked like he had backup ops. You don't need a tag team duo. Oh, but the stim! He's not looking! He's looking the other way! 1, 2, 3 down! No more Disruptors! Falls back and kites the charge lot. Special making big moves. There's some DTs on the other side, at least denying. He knows about the base in the top right, obviously. Medevac run a little far forward. The double Ds of destruction, DTs, and disruptors. Well, the disruptor count was cut down. The DT blank is revealed. Very important there. Where's the 4th command center for Special? I found it. It's right there. I wasn't sure if he had one. Kiting back the Deets. So many blinks. So many blinks. All right. The double bubble blink for double trouble. Blinked and blunked upon. Special forced to pull back. Stats holding both flanks. +3 on the way. +3, +1, but in different forms. Special with +3 infantry weapons and +1 mech. +3 Protoss ground and +1 armor for stats. That lack of armor on the Zealots means the Marines will shred them for a while, especially after the EMPs. Planetary on the way, not quite done. DT is looking for a blink. Stalkers as well. Plenty of bile here. Marines trying to get some vision on the map, but stats still maintaining a lot of vision control. +1 air weapons. Indicates that stats is not just sitting on the ground for the rest of this game, but instead the double observer. Oh, he spotted one observer. It pulls back. How many observers? There are 4 observers. And of course, units strewn around the map. Who's flanking who here? There's a lot of DTs. The DTs are pretty fragile once they're revealed. But in comes disruptors from 3 dangerous angles. Disruptor shots picks up and is gonna blink. Oh no! Oh, 2 medevacs at least going down immediately. But he's gonna have a tough time. Oh, a bad recall. Oh, that's no. Stats in an uncharacteristically rash move recalls just a few stalkers, enough that Special can easily handle it. And actually, this goes from a dangerously small amount of no. Watch out! Oh, no! Oh, okay, never mind. It's bad again. It's bad again. Stats did kind of leave an opening there to get more damage than Special probably deserved. But the medevacs definitely eaten their fair share on the way out. So about, he's like, maybe we don't build these in the edge of the main, but then he does anyway. Stargate Command, wow, that's a lot of Stargate. He hasn't even seen a Liberator, which makes me question why we're building so many Stargates quite yet. They're not actually that great. Stargates can be useful, like, of course having a bunch of carriers is great, but Tempest, it's not the time for Tempest yet. Like, Tempests are just pound for pound, not, wow, yeah, no, we don't like Zealots. The Zealots still slip in. They're like Zerglings, but much taller and angrier. Oh my god, the Zerg, like, you gotta wall that thing off with depots or something, I don't know. Like, the Zealots get in, Special has to deal with this. Watch out, watch out! Those are my thoughts. Meanwhile, the DTs might be looking for the shadow flank. And blink, oh wow, oh, okay, well. Tanks easily dealing with disruptors, but the other D of destruction. The Cape Boys, disruptors and DTs. The wombo combo on both sides. The DTs are blinking in, not out. But I think there's just enough to clean this up. A lot of disruptors were killed. 26 SCVs being obliterated. And it's unclear. Like, Stats now is going for 1-1 in the air and has yet to build an air unit. He needs to hold on the ground. If he starts building carriers, that opens up an opportunity. There's plenty of disruptors. This base forced back. The orbital's still intact. Reinforcements might be enough. That's still a lot of charge left. Guardian Shield gonna help out. Only +1 infantry armor for Special as he's shoring that up. The disruptors, dangerous target fire picks up, gets many of them out, but not all. This is slowly becoming a base trade. But Special in kind of an awkward spot to do so. He can't recall his unit. Some target fire on the orbital command will get it, but might give an opportunity for Special to hold, though. I don't know what happened, but now there are no more tanks, except on the high ground. Disruptors, once again, what are you? Oh my god. Oh, but DT's blinking in. The Wombo combo into the GG. The DD into the GG. A classic transition. And also, it sounds like a child's poetry. But here we are. Special picked apart and blasted away. As Stats holds the line. The Shield of Ire once again found himself on the winning end of a series. Special putting up a strong fight, but Stats had his number, and he kept finding a larger one, showing a variety of defenses. But at the end of the day, he'll be moving on. Clean sweep 3-0. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, ring the bell. Thank you, ESL, for sending the games out as always. And thank you for watching. Good luck. Have fun. Stay tuned.